So today I just wanted to talk quickly about watering. I'm not going to tell you how to water, although I might actually do a video about that sometime in preparation for next year. But I gotta say, this summer has been the straw that broke the camel's back for me. I am going to change the way that I garden in summer. Everybody who watches this channel regularly knows I love gardening in spring and autumn and winter. But I'm not such a fan of gardening in summer. I've got lots of other things I want to do in summer. And I'm not a big fan of weeding. And here we've got all of the classic perennial weeds, you know, the ground elder, the bindweed, the mare's tail, and all of those. So the weeding is just an endless chore. And I'm not much of a fan of watering. I don't mind a bit of watering, but I don't like, you know, the pressure to keep on watering day after day after day, thousands of gallons of water probably in a year. It's a lot of work, and you know, I've got better things to do than do that. And even with that watering, which is not excessive, you know, I mean, it's probably only half an hour a day or something, but still it means coming down to the allotment most days to water. I just don't want to do it. So I'm going to be changing a few things in the way that I garden. So the first thing is I'm just going to be doing less intensive planting in summer. I do plenty of intensive planting other times of year, but a bit less intensive planting in summer. I'm going to put drip into this polytunnel because I've kindly been sent some nice little drip timers. And so I've got to get some pipe in and all that sort of thing. So if anybody's got any suggestions for good drip solutions, then pass those on to me. I'm going to grow less stuff in the polytunnel in summer. So I'm really going to focus on peppers, cucumbers, tomatoes, and I might even do a few melons. I am going to heavily mulch the beds like the pepper beds, which are undercover, and they like to be nice and warm. I heavily mulch those with strulch. Some of my beds I'm going to heavily mulch with wood chip, and the other beds, as I say, I'm going to do a little bit less intensive planting. I'm going to grow a little bit less as a result of that, but I can cope with that because I already grow, you know, a fairly substantial surplus. Yeah, I'm just going to, you know, all of my thoughts, kind of all of my experiments next year are going to be related to reducing watering, but also minimising investment. I'm not going to spend a fortune putting drip in across the whole of the site or anything like that. And also convenience, because I'm not going to heavily mulch with like wood chip, 6 inches of wood chip on all the beds and all this sort of thing, because that is just really bad news. Might be great in summer, but it's really bad news then in winter, because it's really inconvenient to plant through such a big thick layer of wood chip. And of course I'm doing loads and loads of planting in winter, loads and loads of successions through the off season. So yeah, honestly I'm really looking forward to it, just changing a little bit the way that I garden, and just kind of focusing a little bit more on, you know, I'm always looking to reduce my workload. You know, every year I'm busier, and so every year I want to do a little bit less of the kind of redundant work of gardening. You know, I love being on the allotment. I love some of the types of work. I love harvesting and I love planting. But I just don't like those other things. I'm just not so keen on weeding. I don't mind a little bit of weeding, but honestly, you know, we have to do so much weeding here. And as I say, I don't mind a bit of watering, but I just, you know, moderate a little bit. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. So I hope you like that quick update to my thinking. My name's Steve. This is the Seaside Kitchen Garden and Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.